clip it and put it on YouTube. But so I knew Jimmy Fallon sort of well because he produced the show I was on, Guys with Kids, and I liked him very much. He was really nice. He's like, in person, he's a very, very funny dude. He made me laugh a lot. And he was always like really nice to me. He would go out of his way to like, be encouraging and cool and all that stuff. And so when we were getting ready for the show to come out, we went to New York. Me and Anthony Anderson and Jesse Bradford went to New York to be on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. So it was like one of those nights. It was like a huge day, right? And it was like we had to go shoot a sketch with Jimmy, and then we're gonna be on his show, and then get up the next morning and do all this like morning press, starts at 5 a.m. So we're working with him all day, and then we go, we do the show, and like the show was fun. We all like sang, like I think I sang like I rapped the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing or whatever. Everyone like did different like theme songs from shows because Jimmy wrote the theme song for Guys with Kids, so that was like part of it. And then afterwards we went out to dinner and we got really drunk. This was when I was drinking. We got wasted at this Chinese restaurant. And then it was like, dude, we gotta go. We gotta keep it going. So we get out of dinner sauced at like 9:30, and we go to, or 10:30 probably. And we go to this other bar. We get in a cab and we go to this other like kind of speakeasy. And he's a big star, so everywhere we go, we're just getting like rushed in and brought into this back room. And we go to this other bar and we get fucking trashed. And then we get out of there at like 1 a.m. and like we're stumbling out into like another cab, and Jimmy and I are like roughhousing, like we're like punching each other in the arm. I remember I get in the front seat, he's in the back, and there's like two other people with us, and we're like, I'm like turned around and I'm punching him like I hit my brothers like and he's hitting me back, and it's fun. We're really ramping up the like roughhousing. We go to this bar that's like an after hours bar, and it's like, I guess he knows the bartender, so we go in. It's on the west side. There's nobody there. There's the bartender. There's like two customers at the end of the bar. Other than that, it's completely empty. And Jimmy and I get in there and we start wrestling, like really wrestling, like on the ground. Like I remember, like I picked up a chair and like ran at him and all this stuff, and like it was all totally cool. I go outside. We're having more drinks. I go outside. I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm talking to Anthony, and we're smoking and whatever. That's only relevant because when I come in from my cigarette, Jimmy is leaning. He's very tall. He's like your height. He's like 6'5" or something like that.
No, he's not.
What's that?
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, I was an intern at SNL. He's not my height.
Well, he's much taller than me. Okay. Maybe you got an inch on him. You don't have more than 2 inches on him. Okay, whatever. So he's leaning on the bar like at an angle, right? Like this. And I come up behind him. I'm fucking wasted, and I reach down and I grab both of his ankles, and I go like this. So he goes like boom, like down, like face first into the ground. Like I just like spilled him. Like he's like mid conversation talking to somebody. He's like no, bam, and I'm laughing. He stands up, he turns on me, and his face has changed. It's not funny anymore, and he's looking at me like
it's all bloody because it just hit the ground.
He's looking at me crazy, and he leaps on me. He tackles me to the ground. He's on top of me. He's like, his knees are on either side of me, and he's choking my neck with both hands. And his face, dude, is like it's just evil. And I'm like, he's choking me, so I can't breathe. I can't make a sound. And I start just fucking punching this dude. I'm literally punching Fallon as fucking hard as I can. I'm hitting him in like the side of the head. I'm body blowing him. I'm like fucking fighting. And finally, I think I'm gonna black out. He stops and he stands up, and I'm like, and I kind of get on my knees. I'm like, dude, that was too much, man. That was too much. And he just looks at me, and he just walked out of the bar and got in a cab and left.
Wow.
And I was like, that's my boss. I was like, I'm fucked. Like,
yeah. What
happens now? So then I go back to my hotel. I pass out. I slept through the fucking... They're calling me like crazy. I wake up at like 5:30. I was supposed to be downstairs at like 5. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I jump in the shower. Like, What's that?
What does that moment feel like when you wake up
total
and
panic.
you're a half hour late? And you just remember that you fought your boss.
The worst. The fucking worst, dude. Just like, I punched my boss in the face, like, or not in the face, but in the head. He choked me. Like, we got in a fucking fight. Like, now I'm late. Yeah. I go down, I get in the minivan, and, like, the publicist that's, like, my handler for the day, like, just looks at me and is just like, oh, my God. Like, I looked terrible. She was, like, called ahead so they would have, like, ice packs and shit. I go on Good Morning America or something. I went on that Matt Lauer show, whichever one that is. I went on that show. Today Show. I went on the Today Show. Like, just hung the fuck. I went on, what's that guy that Andy, gay dude on Bravo, gave himself a show? Because he was Andy Cohen. All this stuff with Jimmy. And and by the way, he was totally cool about it. The next day, he was like, yeah, dude, it's fine. It's all good. Like, I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, man. And it, like, truly was fine between us. Like, next time I went to New York, we, like, did karaoke, and it was, like, totally no weirdness. But it was just one of the craziest fucking moments of my life.